How we doing, guys? Mike Martinez, and we got the crew. We just got out of a training, and we just wanted to share some information, and basically we wanted to share how each of us got started. So I think we'll start with Mr. Mark. Mr. Mark, what's your story, man?
I'm a retired policeman. I retired in 2008, and I took a year off from all kind of different things, just relaxing, just enjoying myself. And I got to the point, I'm still a young guy at the time. I was 46 years old, and obviously I couldn't stay home the rest of my life, and I didn't want to. Without going into all the details, I found an ad on Craigslist for a property inspector, and I followed up the lead, and I joined up with the company that I'm with now, and I've been there ever since. And it's a unique experience because it doesn't matter who you are or what your background is or where you come from or anything else. You can make this fit into your life. It's entirely flexible and adjustable. It's just a matter of what you want to do and how you want to apply it. And that's one of the things that intrigued me about the opportunity, because I didn't have to. There was no buy-in. There was no business volume. There wasn't anything that you had some encumbrance every month. You had to put this out or that out or whatever else. And you know, it was just again a very flexible opportunity that allowed me to, and still allows me to do, pretty much live my life and just fit this into it. And it's still lucrative, even though I do it part-time.
Very nice, man, very nice. So basically, you were at that point in your life where you had retired and you thought that was going to be nirvana, and then you figured out, I'm bored here, right?
Yeah, it was one of those things where if I was 65, 70 years old, 80 years old or something, maybe, but I had too much life to live ahead of me, and this gives me an opportunity to realize a lot of my desires, and I don't think anything will give you all your dreams that you ever want. I think it's impossible to do that, but this opportunity that we all have share here tonight gives me the best avenue, the best vehicle to get to those things that I want out of life.
Gotcha. Mr. Jason, tell us your story.
I answered a newspaper ad about a year and a half ago, doing this now. But when I went to the presentation, I was in awe with it. I fell in love with it right away. It was something I really could see myself doing and being successful at the same time. So then after I got signed up, I started dedicating myself, trying to go to classes, learn stuff, listening to Mike's videos, and he was a great mentor for me, listening to all his stuff and everything. But yeah, once I started following through with everything that I learned, I started seeing the results. And you could go far in this business, and you can work at your own pace, and you do everything like that, you're going to be successful. There's nothing that's going to hold you back. And you got a lot of great people at the same time that are willing to motivate you and push you at the same time. But I think, I have to keep going. I think that's why everybody's here tonight.
Yeah, very good, man. So you say that you sat in the presentation and you knew right away that was for you. What was it that caught your attention?
I think most working at your own pace and setting your own hours, that's definitely, because everyone's got their own family lives and work jobs and stuff like that, so you gotta try to fit it in. But works good with this is that you got to make up your own schedule. I mean, put a couple hours in a week, over a month you got there before you got like about 10 hours in. And it doesn't take a lot of hours just to be successful in this business either.
Right. Do you aspire to be full-time?
Yes, I do.
Huh?
Yes.
Very interesting. Miss Nancy, tell us your story. The only lady here, right, other than the camera lady, that's my wife in the camera there. You're doing the camera today.
Yeah, in spite of not having a lot of women here, we do have a lot in the company.
Yes.
And it's a great field for me. And one of the things the reason I got involved, I saw an ad in Craigslist. It was a home inspection, and I thought I knew about it. I figured I could do that easily, because I absolutely know that what I didn't get paid for with my home. So I thought, yeah, I can handle that. I could do that. And it wasn't selling, so I felt very comfortable. When I came and heard some of the things that were being done, the injustices, I would like to say, is that's what really brought me into it. I knew that it was fitting everything that I wanted out of my life. I wanted a business that I could succeed in and make money without selling. And I can bring people in who can make just as much or more if they wanted. I can do it at my pace. I didn't have to answer to anyone saying, oh, I didn't make my quota this month, so that was really the reasons that I came in, and it's the reason I stay too, because I want to do it at my pace. I still want to enjoy life. I'm retiring very soon, and I have plans of traveling and all, but this also fits into that. And as I travel, I'll have my license in the areas that I'm traveling in, so
Yeah.
it'll be
Good deal, yeah.
fitting my lifestyle very easily.
Yeah, very good
Yeah.
testimonial. Now, you said you had an issue in your house and you wasn't paid appropriately, so you knew that the value of a public adjuster, right?
Right. No, in fact, it wasn't that I wasn't paid properly, I wasn't paid. I called the insurance company directly and they told me, yes, it was covered. And then when they came out, oh, no, it wasn't covered, really. They misspoke. And, but there was a lot of other things too that were going on. And because they had told me it was covered, I put in another claim because I had mold growing in 2 different areas. So,
Wow.
So I had 2 claims
So you
that were
figured
not
you'd be
paid.
a public adjuster just to get even, right?
I felt like, yeah, I'm not going to let anybody else get
Yeah.
that happen to them. I really was very not happy.
Yeah. That's
So
a
I
good-
didn't want people having that happen to them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mr. Jerry, share with us.
Yes, I have a kind of an unusual story here. I do sell real estate. I'm involved in the real estate industry. And one time I had some investors who had some major damage done to the property by one tenant. And at the time I told them I could not get them paid. And they go like, what? Well, I went back to the person who was in charge of the real estate office, now one of my bosses for Metro. He says, sit down and look at this. And I found out that we were able to get him paid for all the damage. It added up to $15,000.
Wow.
A little light went off. I go, oh my gosh, here's another tool I can use where I can help my investors. Plus, I can use it for my listings. I've done it when things happen. I've helped other realtors when they go on listing presentations. People are saying, they're coming to me, go like, well, is this difficult to get involved? And I go, no, you can do anything you want. This is a part-time thing.
Yeah.
You can, whatever goal you want to set to do it or just have as a handy tool, it's perfect. And just last year, I got to use Metro on my house because a tree fell on my house.
Wow.
Yes. So I was on the other end of this, and of course, everything went well.
How come you didn't call me?
Needless to say, I was a little surprised that nobody in my neighborhood called me. They call me for everything else, but Metro came through for that. So now all my friends, my relatives, they know about what I do. I have friends and relatives that think about getting involved in it because they know they can work at this at any pace. It doesn't interfere with anything, and you can make good money.
Now let me ask you this, man, because you're doing real estate on a full-time basis, right?
Mhm.
And Metro is a part-time deal for you. What would you say, do you think that the ratio for time that you invest and the money you get back is good?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, there's no problem about it at all. I mean, when you think of what you have to do with Metro, which is really, really easy, your name's out there and people know to call you first. Because the greatest part about this whole business that we do is we're the first line of defense against the insurance company. So they call me out, and if it's not a claim, that's it. They owe us nothing, and insurance company doesn't know about it.
Right.
And people remember that it's a free service like that. If
Right.
they use us, then it's a little bit different.
Valuable service.
Valuable service.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So friends, everybody, they don't hesitate about calling me because they know we're there to help them. We're like a consumer advocate. We're there to help them against the insurance company.
Yeah.
And we're licensed by the Department of Insurance, so it's you know,
It's a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So I've been licensed since 1998.
Wow, really? I didn't know that.
Yes. So
Wow.
that's why I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't.
Yeah, yeah. If it wasn't successful for you, that's a great testimonial. Now, Mr. Steve. Steve has his own YouTube channel and he does a lot of videos, and you may have heard his story. Actually, I don't think I've heard your story on your videos yet, man. So why don't you share with us what got you started, and you know, what was the motivation behind everything?
Well, a lot of people are familiar with the term 2007, 2008, when the economy took a royal dump and so many people lost their jobs. Actually, I was able to hang in until 2009, but then it finally caught up with me. And there was a situation where I'd been in the electrical industry for 27 years, and I thought I was going to retire from there. I was making very good money. I was salaried. I had an expense account, went out and made calls on customers. So I had a lot of freedom on the outside, an expense account where you know, I was taking clients to lunch, and as far as I was concerned, I had a really decent job. And then one night, it was taken away from me. Shortly after that, the next couple of years, I was trying different things. And it just it was not a fit for me. I just was not comfortable doing what I was doing. I would stay at the job for a year to really give it a chance. And when I finally decided this wasn't for me and I would leave, the people didn't want me leaving. I mean, they were fine with what was going on, but it wasn't fine for me. It just wasn't the right fit. And I knew I needed to find something, and it just wasn't sure what it was going to look like, but I knew that I had not found it as of yet. Since then, I'm also, by the way, a balloon artist. I do balloon animals for kids, and that's something that I'll never give up. I've been doing that for over 20 years now, and it pays very well. But more importantly, I just enjoy doing it and interacting with the kids. It's allowed me to be in a lot of different venues at different places and see different activities go on and participate in that. But this opportunity with Metro came along. I wasn't quite sure what it was really all about. I actually started this not knowing it was going to be a public adjuster. It was more of a home inspector. I think somebody else had mentioned that was an ad that they saw. And you are a home inspector to an extent, but the more formal term would be a public adjuster. And one thing led to another, and we're doing that. I'm very happy with it, and I'm growing with it. It's proven to me over and over again that this is now the right fit for me. And that's what I'm really excited about, is the fact that I really want to be doing this. This brings me back to a lot of the things I was doing before, but the one thing that I never had that I do have now is a lot of freedom. I work independently, although I can work with a whole group. You know, I have a corporation that's behind me. There's a corporate office that has a staff that supports me. So when I need to have somebody to have my back, they're there. But I also go out and do things on my own. So I'm very thankful that this opportunity came to me, and I intend to make the most of it.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. You know, it's great to see such a diverse a group where everybody has their own story. Everybody came from a different angle, but it's like we're all focused now on helping people, right? Because that's the ultimate. I think that's the ultimate goal, right, for us.
Yeah.
If we go, the more people we help, the more money we make, and the less aggravation these people that we're helping have, right? Because it's frustrating trying to put a claim through and just getting blocked from so many different ways. So everybody here, you're going to see their names and contact information, and if you connected with anybody in particular, if you're in real estate and you connected with Jerry's story there, then contact Jerry and say, you know what, I'd like to see more about what you're doing. If you're a retired, military or law enforcement, you contact Mark and say, hey, you know what, I'm just about to retire and I might want to do something. this is the guy to talk to, right? If you do balloons, or you like balloons, then you got Steve, right?
We share different stories and techniques of balloon shape.
That's the whole goal. The idea, guys, is that if any one of these stories connected, if you connected with that, then feel free to reach out and touch them. This is a great opportunity, a great way to learn a new skill and a new profession, a new career, and it doesn't take a lot. You can do this. You've heard a lot of people that are doing it part-time, and people that are striving to be full-time. But you could do this on a part-time level, make a great deal of money, and or a decent amount of money, and still have a great life. So contact us if we can be of service to you, right, guys?